everyone, I'm Lunn from Elight, and I'm joined again in the studio by a really wonderful person, Lunn. He's the founder of a really famous organization,
Teaspoons of Change.
Yes, so can you tell us more about you and your organization?
Sure, I'm from Australia once upon a time ago, but I've been travelling for many years, doing many things, and in many different countries, working as an educator in many different countries and in many different schools and places in the world.
Yeah.
And my organisation, Teaspoons of Change, are small actions that have a positive impact on people and the planet.
Yeah, we are so glad to have you here today. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, nice to meet you too.
Các bạn biết không, khi mà tìm hiểu về Teaspoons of Change thì điều mà làm mình ngay lập tức ấn tượng chính là ý nghĩa của cái tên Teaspoons of Change. Các bạn có biết teaspoon là gì không? Nó chính là chiếc thìa mà chúng ta dùng để uống cà phê mỗi ngày này. Ý nghĩa của cái tên này là khi mỗi người chúng ta chỉ cần đóng góp một hành động nhỏ giống như chiếc thìa cà phê nhỏ bé này, nhưng nhiều chiếc thìa cà phê này, nhiều hành động như vậy thì sẽ tạo ra được một sự thay đổi lớn. Đó chính là phương châm làm việc của Teaspoons of Change. Chính vì ý nghĩa này, phương châm làm việc của họ là
Small actions multiplied by lots of people equals big change.
Yeah, thật là thú vị phải không nào? Và ngày hôm nay anh Darcy ở đây để chia sẻ cho chúng ta về sự khác biệt nói chung về giáo dục giữa Việt Nam và một vài nước khác ở trên thế giới. Và các bạn nhớ nhé, đây chính là quan điểm của anh Darcy. Còn nếu như các bạn có biết thêm những sự khác biệt nào khác nữa thì hãy comment ở phần bình luận và cho chúng mình biết nhé. So, shall we start?
Yeah.
Okay, the first question, Darcy. How many countries have you been to before?
Well, I'm very lucky. I've been to more than 90 countries in the world. Yes, in the last 18 years.
Oh.
So, what is the most memorable experience you had in your journey?
Well, pretty much all of them. But the most memorable thing for me is that when I go to any country, I always receive hospitality, generosity and kindness, regardless of which country, which continent. So I believe the world is a wonderful place.
Okay, and the next question, I would like to discuss the purpose of education. As I know, in the US, people are trained to be different, and in Japan, the purpose of education, is to train people to follow rules. Or in Finland, it's all about independences. And you, Darcy, you've been to a lot of different countries in the world. So, can you share with us a little bit about it?
Yeah. I mean, from my point of view, education is so different in different places. But essentially, what I believe is the best education is when we put the student at the center of education. So, not the building, not the resources, but when we're dedicated to students, and for them to learn more, to become active and effective global citizens, that's when we create a wonderful learning environment for people to care about the planet.
So, you have a lot of experience in working in NGOs and volunteer organizations. So, what have you learned about this job?
Yeah, I've been very fortunate to work in so many different capacities as well, not just different organisations but different cultures. And I think what I've learnt is that I really know what I want to do. I love waking up on Monday.
Yeah.
Not everyone does, so I feel very lucky that I have found organisations who are doing what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
And I can go and join with them and participate and feel like I have a sense of purpose. And for me that's been wonderful. Sometimes it's been NGOs, sometimes volunteer organisations, sometimes not NGOs, sometimes paid organisations. But for me it's important that I wake up excited for the next day.
Oh, really wonderful. So, if a student has to choose between doing a part-time job, like working at a supermarket or at a shop, and doing volunteer work, so which one should they choose?
Well, I mean, that's hard for me to answer because I'm not living the life of someone else. For me, I was very lucky to be able to do a lot of volunteer work. What I made sure is that my costs were low. So if my costs are low, then I have more choices to do volunteer work.
Yeah, right.
If I have a lot of costs, then I have to have a part-time job. So that's a difficult thing for people to work out for themselves. For me, I chose less money, more volunteering, as opposed to more money and more things. Not very rich in cars and houses and things, but I feel very rich in experiences.
As a last question, but I think it's also the most interesting one. In your opinion, what is the most important thing that everybody should know in life?
Well, for me, it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
But the most important thing that I've learnt in life is to find my passion and to know that when I make good choices, good decisions and good actions, they do have good outcomes.
Yeah.
So I feel that people need to feel a sense of power.
Yeah.
That our personal actions, they do make a difference.
Yeah.
If we make good actions, we're going to have good impacts. And that's what I love doing, is sharing that with people and knowing that when we work collectively, all our little actions, they do create a wonderful world.
Yeah.
So that's my thought anyway.
Các bạn có thấy phần chia sẻ của Darcy thú vị không nào? Và nếu bây giờ các bạn được lựa chọn giữa làm một công việc part-time và làm một công việc tình nguyện thì các bạn sẽ lựa chọn công việc nào đây? Và theo các bạn thì điều quan trọng nhất trong cuộc đời mà chúng ta cần biết là gì? Hãy chia sẻ cho chúng mình biết với nhé! Còn bây giờ thì chúng ta phải tạm biệt Darcy rồi. Darcy, thanks for coming and sharing with us. But now it's time to say goodbye. Bye bye!
See you later!